I just happen to find myself here for some reason, being able to surf when no one's been able to surf.
ASP Executive Director to congratulate our outgoing world champions, Tom Curren and Frida Zamba. I think they've done a great job for the sport.
And congratulations, Damien. And I really respect your surfing.
And Curren making out a lot of distance. Curren, one of the best barrels we have seen today.
Nice to meet you.
Tom Curren, three-time world champion, 33 career wins, the first American to break Australian dominance since 1976. But those numbers do not tell the real story. This is about the 7 times he defied logic, rewrote history, and proved the impossible was just another wave waiting to be ridden. July 3, 1964. Newport Beach, California. Tom Curren was born into surfing royalty. His father, Pat Curren, pioneered big wave surfing at Waimea Bay and shaped the first elephant gunboards. His mother, Janine, a devout Christian, drove him to every contest along the West Coast.
They moved up from Newport Beach when I was 6 months old.
At age 6, Tom got his first surfboard. By 14, he was winning national championships. He grew up at Rincon, Santa Barbara, perfecting his style on those endless, perfect walls. While other surfers thrashed and attacked waves, Curren danced across them. He invented the double pump bottom turn, synchronizing his entire body to generate impossible power from his slender 5'8", 150-pound frame.
We lived in a little house there by the train track, and could walk down the train track to the beach.
But in 1982, Australians owned professional surfing. Mark Richards, Tom Carroll, Sean Thompson, they were the kings. America had produced nothing since 1976. Then Tom Curren turned pro. 1982, Stubbies Pro, Lower Trestles, California. Tom Curren was 17 years old when he entered his first professional contest, still a teenager. Just signed a combined $40,000 deal with Rip Curl and Ocean Pacific, a record for any rookie. Nobody expected much. The Australians had dominated for 6 years straight. Perfect conditions rolled through Lower Trestles that day, clean walls. Curren paddled out against seasoned World Tour veterans who had been competing since before he could drive. He won. His very first professional contest, beat them all. The Australians could not believe it. An American teenager just announced that everything was about to change. P.T. Townend later said this was the springboard that launched his entire career. The same venue where his story began would become legendary 19 years later. America had its champion. April 1985, Rip Curl Pro, Bells Beach, Australia. Easter Sunday, Bells Beach was firing. Tom Curren had won 5 events that season and boycotted South African competitions to protest apartheid. Now he faced Mark Occhilupo in the semifinals. Occhi, the Australian powerhouse, the raging bull. Their rivalry had become legendary. The heat was war, wave for wave combat. Both surfers pushed beyond their limits. The crowd packed the cliffs, watching history unfold. Curren's smooth style versus Occhi's explosive power. Every wave counted, every turn mattered. Curren won by the narrowest margin. He secured his first world title right there, defeating Australia's best surfer at their home break. Age 21, first American world champion since the tour began in 1976. Sports Illustrated and Rolling Stone both ran profiles. Surf journalist Chris Morrow wrote, "His world titles brought salvation and inspiration back to American surfing." But the rivalry with Occhi was far from over. 1986, OP Pro, Huntington Beach Pier, California. Tom Curren entered the 1986 OP Pro undefeated. He had already won 5 of the first 10 events that season, claiming his second consecutive world title. Huntington Beach was his territory. He had won here in 1983 and 1984. Over 100,000 fans packed the pier and beach. Then he drew Mark Occhilupo in the preliminary round. The heat was tied with minutes remaining. Contest director Ian Cairns had introduced a new rule. Priority decided by a paddle race to a buoy in the lineup. Whoever touched it first got first choice of waves. The horn sounded. Curren and Occhi exploded into motion. Arms churning, legs kicking. The entire crowd roared. Both surfers gave everything, paddling like their lives depended on it. Occhi won by inches. Mere inches. He caught the bomb he needed, advanced to the finals, and won the entire contest. Surf writer Derek Hind called it far and away the most exciting 30 seconds of non-wave riding ever lived in the modern game. Payback for Bells Beach. The rivalry reached its peak. But Curren's greatest moment was still coming. 1990. O'Neill Pepsi Coldwater Classic. Steamer Lane, Santa Cruz. By 1987, Tom Curren had lost interest. The grind wore him down. He dropped from 5th to 15th in the rankings. In 1989, he quit entirely, moved to Anglet, France with his wife Marie and 2 children. He had said it himself, there was a lot more to life than winning a championship. The surfing world moved on without him. February 1990. Curren showed up at Steamer Lane as an unseeded trialist, age 26, no direct seeding. He had to surf through trials against 96 other competitors just to reach the main event. It was theoretically possible for someone ranked 55th to win a world championship, but nobody seriously believed it could happen. Then Curren caught his first wave. Richie Collins sat in the lineup waiting for his heat opponent. 2 minutes passed. Where was Curren? Then the announcer's voice. Tom Curren, 7.5. He had paddled out through Cowles, not the usual entry, and caught a score before Collins even knew he was there. Curren had transformed physically. 20 pounds of new muscle from training in France with Maurice Cole. They had created a magical 6'9" board with perfect curves. From the third round forward, Curren stood back on that board and ripped massive spray arcs off Steamer Lane's long walls. 9 heats, won every single one. The final against Gary Elkerton was not even close. All 5 of Curren's scored rides hit the excellent range. That chilly afternoon, a huge crowd jammed against the scaffolding at Steamer Lane to witness the impossible. Curren won 7 events in 1990, 7 out of 18, a record-tying performance, his 3rd world title. Nobody had ever gone from trials to title before. Nobody has done it since. 1990. Margaret River, Western Australia. During that legendary 1990 season, Curren caught a wave at Margaret River that became folklore. He took off from the main break and rode it continuously for approximately 1,200 feet, all the way to the river mouth. When the wave finally ended, he had to walk the entire distance back to re-enter the competition. Witnesses who saw it said it has never been repeated, in or out of competition. A single ride that showcased everything: style, endurance, wave-reading genius. 35 years later, locals still talk about it. 1993, ASP Contest, Hossegor, France. 3 years into retirement, Curren entered an event in France with something nobody expected. A 5'5" vintage twin fin he had bought secondhand from a New Jersey surf shop. A 1970s style fishboard. Surfing had evolved. Aerials dominated. Progressive moves were the standard. He faced Matt Hoy, ranked 8th in the world. Curren destroyed him. On that outdated board, with that timeless style, he showed the world how to use a fish with modern technique. The performance sparked a retro board revolution. Curren later collaborated with George Greenough on fish designs that influenced an entire generation to experiment with alternative shapes. Style does not age. Talent does not need modern equipment. April 2001, Quicksilver Pro, Lower Trestles, California. Age 36. 19 years after his first professional victory at Trestles, the Kelly Slater era was in full swing. New generation, new standards. Tom Curren entered as a wild card, surfing a replica of his famous Black Beauty board from the mid-1980s. Perfect 3 to 6 foot conditions, the same waves where it all began. He won. The Los Angeles Times headline read, 20 years later, Curren wins again at Trestles. First professional victory. 1982, Stubbies Pro at Trestles. Latest professional victory. 2001, Quicksilver Pro at Trestles. Same location, same style, same genius. The perfect ending to an impossible story. Tom Curren won 33 events across 2 decades, 3 world championships, first American champion of the modern era. He revolutionized competitive surfing with style that John Florence and Kelly Slater still cite as influence. He pioneered Rip Curl's The Search campaign, released 3 music albums, appeared in over 100 surf films, inducted into the Surfing Walk of Fame in 1995 and Surfers Hall of Fame in 2003. But numbers never captured Tom Curren, the enigmatic genius who showed up to world championship events without a quiver, who won on borrowed boards, who beat world-ranked pros with vintage equipment, who went from trials to title when everyone said it was impossible. Before Kelly Slater, there was Tom Curren, and he did not just win contests, he redefined what was possible. 7 times he proved that true talent does not need luck, it just needs waves. And Tom Curren made every impossible wave his own.